They can't impeach me for bombing Cambodia. The president can bomb anybody he likes.
That's true.
Oscar winner Anthony Hopkins, born and raised in Wales, stars as California-bred Richard Milhouse Nixon in Oliver Stone's film called Nixon, and it's one of 6 big new holiday pictures we'll be reviewing this week on Siskel and Ebert, along with an historic event. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, the Italian-American acting dream team, together for the first time in a picture, and new films featuring Richard Dreyfuss, Emma Thompson, and Lawrence Fishburne. A lot of Oscar hopefuls in this show. I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune.
And I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times. Our first film is Oliver Stone's new biopic named Nixon, and its most surprising element for me is how much empathy the film generates for the disgraced former president. Oliver Stone makes no secret of his left-wing convictions, and going into the movie, I think I basically expected to see Attila the Hun in a suit and tie. Instead, I found a fascinating portrait of a complicated, secretive man who made big mistakes but also made big achievements. The film centers, of course, on the Watergate scandal and how the efforts to cover it up led to the resignation of a president. Anthony Hopkins plays the former president, Paul Sorvino is Henry Kissinger, and James Woods and J.T. Walsh are Haldeman and Ehrlichman.
I never suggested that a bunch of imbeciles break into a psychiatrist's
Doesn't
office.
matter, Henry. The point is you might lose some of your meteor darling halo if the meteors start sniffing around our dirty laundry.
Sir, I never had anything to do with that, and I resent the implication that
Resent it all you want, Henry. But you're in with the rest of us. Cambodia, Ellsberg, the wiretaps you put in.
Nixon's great accomplishments in office were recognizing Red China, signing a nuclear treaty with Russia, and presiding over the U.S. withdrawal from Vietnam.
Henry's getting strong signals from the Chinese. They fear the Vietnamese more than the Russians, and they're worried about a united Vietnam. Now, if we stick it out, we'll end up negotiating separately with both the Chinese and the Soviets, and we'll get better deals than we ever dreamed of from both. That is triangular diplomacy, gentlemen.
The movie paints Nixon's private life as one of repression and secrecy and portrays his wife, Pat, as his most clear-eyed and outspoken critic. She's played here by Joan Allen as the person who knows Nixon the best, sees through his defenses, and yet maintains her own.
I have always stood by you. I campaigned for you when I was pregnant. During checkers, when I wanted you out, I told you to fight. This is different, Dick. You've changed.
Anthony Hopkins is very powerful in the title role, and he wisely doesn't try to do a Nixon imitation. He suggests Nixon rather than impersonating him, and the result is powerful, almost Shakespearean, a performance of a man who tastes both glory and the ashes of his own self-defeat. This is one of the best films of the year.
I think so too, Roger, and I think that you're right in describing how Hopkins approaches the role, not mimicry, but the emotion, the being, the uncomfortableness of this man. Joan Allen probably is the lock to win Best Supporting Actress for
she's fabulous
for
in this
playing
film.
Pat Nixon. It's uncanny in looking, but also feeling the brittle kind of quality there. I think the movie's a little tougher on Nixon than you're suggesting. You seem to suggest even-handedness. I think the sins are in clear relief here. But what is great is that a bigger picture is drawn, a psychological portrait. It's all there on screen. That's the greatness of the film.
I didn't mean to suggest the movie is easy on him. What I'm trying to suggest is that it creates empathy.
Well, it's poetic about the flawed man, and
Yes,
that's
it
what I
is,
like.
yes.
Now let's recap the movies we reviewed on the show. 2 thumbs up for Oliver Stone's absolutely riveting Nixon, a tremendous psychological portrait of one of the 20th century's most enduring mysteries. The movie opens nationwide next week.